Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Punk Rock Politics with John Smith. There's a few things to discuss. I'm going to be making a lot of videos, but here's some early content for my soon-to-be patrons. So please go to patreon.com/ punk rock politics and consider becoming a patron. I really need your help. I got some. You need a lot of applications that cost a lot of money to run this, and they have free trials, and some of them are going to be ending rather soon, and they're rather expensive. So, in order to give you live content, to be able to give you more content and streamline it and make it easier, and I could give much more content, I need to start getting some patrons. So the first tier is only $1, and you get I'm giving way more than anybody's offering out there in terms of benefits for patrons. You can check it out yourself at similar style channels, and you can compare, and you'll definitely see that I'm offering far more. If I get some revolutionary contributors, some tier revolutionaries, I'm going to have a lot of work to do, and there's going to be a lot of content for everybody. So I want to be able to do more live chats, but there's a limit on how many I can do, and I do apologize for the debacle of the live chat the first live chat I did of the debate. I had all kinds of technical problems. There was literally like 3 videos as part of the debate that were cut off and didn't get distributed, and I need to make even more money to get a better service. So I'm not making anything right now. I'm going to do it anyway. But if I get some patrons, I can give out more content. But these are important things I'm talking about. So let's get right into it. Now, on election night, I was curious how, if there was polls out there, online polls, especially since with the coronavirus, everybody's, relegated to being at home or keeping a distance. And a lot of people are using the internet. Now, it's pretty obvious that there's only one person giving sincere policy prescriptions that we need to follow in full. His plan is the only plan that's going to save us from economic crisis and from the spread and suffering of this disease. To anybody out there who has COVID-19, or knows anybody that does or is suffering, and to all those who are also worried, my empathy goes out to you. Please stay as safe as you can. Get the medical help you need. As far as the debt's concerned, it's absurd that this government has not made it so all medical, treatment is free, and that everybody has insurance. But that's what Bernie Sanders is fighting for, and that's why he by far has the best policy proposal. And that's just among other things. I mean, right now, Donald Trump and the Republicans are to the left of far to the left of Nancy Pelosi, of Kamala Harris, who Joe Biden is floating as his VP candidate, who is an awful, dishonest person as well as Joe Biden. And for all of you out there that are supporting Bernie Sanders or considering supporting Bernie Sanders or want him in this debate, or want him in this conversation, and want him to keep his campaign alive, don't be dismayed. I don't think Bernie Sanders is going to give up. He has way more leverage if he stays in the race. In fact, it is absurd that they held primaries in Arizona, Florida, and Illinois when the federal government is telling people to keep 6 feet away from each other, not to gather in numbers more than 40 or something like that, or 50. Now it's like 10. It was very undemocratic, and Bernie Sanders rose above politics and told people, he called for these primaries to be postponed. And what did Tom Perez, by the way, definitely get into the hashtag fire Tom Perez. Tom Perez needs to be out of the DNC, and we need a true progressive like Bernie Sanders was pushing for last time. This is just absolutely absurd and undemocratic. There's just things all over Twitter, all over Facebook, all over independent, honest, investigative journalistic media sites talking about the number of people that were turned away at the polls, that there was poll workers that didn't show up. So this was not a democratic process. It was illegitimate, and Bernie Sanders would have definitely won Arizona. And he last time he was 1% behind Hillary Clinton for Illinois. The numbers don't add up again, and as Tim Black said, a lot of these people that are going out to vote in these states are older folks who are, Biden has a little more of the 65 and older crowd, and they feel it's their civic duty to vote. Unfortunately, not enough young people are voting, but at the same time, young people shouldn't feel the need to risk their lives and the lives of their families to go out and vote. So there's all kinds of problems, and even senior citizens were alienated from voting in a lot of places. So the whole thing is undemocratic. Ohio did the right thing. The Republican governor there, I forget his name, he postponed it, and the Democratic Party actually came out and said, well, if you postpone the primaries past like June 9th or June 5th or something like that, or June 2nd, which I think is the date Ohio said you're going to get 50% of the delegates. So they're doing everything they can to potentially make it much harder for Bernie Sanders to win. And as you know, Super Tuesday, especially if you watch my videos, Super Tuesday was a joke. There was all kinds of voter suppression, voter discrepancies, and this is coming from the Democratic Party and the people leading in Harris County in Texas. There was issues in Los Angeles with like 44 thumb drives of like 7 to 10,000 votes that weren't counted, and that these are all areas where Bernie Sanders does very well. In Harris County, there was 43% Latinos and 19% African Americans, and this is a county of, currently there was an exodus to that county from other areas of the state. They have like 2.5 million people. So this is by far even worse than 2016 as far as rigging the system against Bernie Sanders. So keep fighting, keep volunteering, donating. Make sure Bernie Sanders doesn't feel the pressure and drop out. He will have way more leverage to give us what we need. Even if he can't win the nomination, he should stay all the way through Milwaukee. And as these things like last time get exposed, hopefully by another Guccifer 2.0 or somebody else, because they have very illegally and unlawfully and just unethically have Julian Assange in terrible conditions in England, and they're trying to get him to extradite him to the United States to put him in jail for potentially life for doing a commendable thing, which is exposing our lies about the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, exposing how rigged it was from Hillary Clinton and the DNC against Bernie Sanders in the 2016 primary. So stay tough, stay strong. I'm just going to get to this one story real quick and make a quick video because I got some stuff to do, some actual physical work that I don't want to do. I'd like to just be doing this, but I need I need some patrons. Come on, $1, guys. Somebody give me $1. Please, by all means, go to the higher tiers if you can afford it, but give me $1. Come on. If you can. I'd really appreciate it. You have no idea. So, anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give early access to patrons for this video. All right? So, but it's still going to go out on my YouTube channel and everything else on my other social media accounts as soon as I get a chance. And it's going to share to patreon.com/punk rock politics for even people that just go on the website and don't pay. But it's going to be early access for you guys. So I'm going to prove to you that I'm going to pump out a bunch of information. Please share the video, like, comment, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right. And make sure you click all or double click so you get these little parenthesis things around it, or you likely won't get any alerts for my videos. I don't do a ton of videos yet, so you won't get bombarded with videos, but you know what? Even when you do, you're going to be very thankful and you're going to see what's going on. I get tons of alerts all the time. That's how I stay, up to the snuff with all the stuff going on. So this is about NewJersey.com, NJ.com. So I'm sitting there on election night, like I was saying, and I'm seeing, okay, well, all right. I think Bernie Sanders clearly won the debate. In my opinion, I don't think he went hard enough at Biden on a lot of different issues. He definitely didn't go hard enough at him on the bailouts and what they're trying to do now, and how he was an architect of that, and how, 91% of the money for the bailouts went to the top 1% or something like that. Like all that kind of stuff. He didn't hit him on the forever wars. Not only that he voted for Iraq, this lie that he was duped into it. He was an architect that helped get votes in the Senate from Democrats and others to support the war. So Biden was all about the Iraq war. He didn't just vote for it. So that's another bunch of lies he's saying on top of so many others that I can't even get into right now. So NJ.com. Now, the writer of this article is Jonathan D. Salant. And he's at JD Salant, SALANT, on Twitter. So at J as in John, D as in dog, Salant, S as in Sam, A as in anarchy, L as in life, A as in anarchy again, N as in non-democratic, no, just N as in non, T as in Tommy. So at JD Salant. Please hit him up on Twitter and put some pressure on him, because the whole point I'm going to show you is the feed I had with him. So I was reading the article on election night. It was a brief article. It didn't say much, but it was a poll. And the poll, I believe it was somewhere around, midnight, between the hours of 11 and 1, I looked at it. I have a screenshot somewhere, a few screenshots. And it said Biden had 30% and Sanders had 63 to 65%. And then I go on a few hours later and it has Biden at 33%. You know, people saying Biden won the debate, and then Bernie Sanders is 68%. So I go on the next morning, and lo and behold, as I'll show you, listen to this. So it says poll: who won Democratic presidential debate? In parentheses, 3/15/20, dominated by coronavirus. How did at Joe Biden, at Bernie Sanders do? Hashtag Dem debate. All right, well, that's the Twitter thing, you know, right here. So that's your Twitter feed and how you can get at him. I probably should have showed you that instead of spelling it out a million ways. But, you know, for anybody who's just listening, this way you could hear it, and you might want to send a tweet out and ask the same questions I did. So here are the responses on the poll. Here's all the responses. I'll start with the first. You got from Free Republic of Iran replying, and Bernie 100% with 2 heart likes. You got Bernie with an exclamation point, all caps, 2 likes. I'm trying to read this backwards. So when you're recording it, this is backwards. Excuse me a second. So what? Bernie showed to be the most informed on the issue we are facing. Biden had no answers to help the American people of today. That had 5 likes. That was from Warren Raven. And then somebody commented, and I had a comment on it. It said, at Joe Biden showed true leadership and the reason he can defeat, all caps, Trump, from Amy Mincy. At Amy Mincy, right there. And then I commented right here, as you could see. And what I said was, how? In what ways? I'd say Trump is a better liar, so he is a better leader than Biden because he lies just as much but is worse at it. Like, it's like, I don't know by what metrics Biden won, except some people had some comments about Bernie Sanders just didn't hit him hard enough on issues. So just by not completely floundering, he won. And that might be credible. But to say he won on substance is just, or policy or honesty or any metric, is completely ridiculous. So Eris _ 2.0 says Bernie, and she got a like. I believe that's from me. It seems like people stopped following this feed after that. And then I ask a question right here, and then I follow it up. And I told them, I'll tell you in a second. So this is my John Smith Twitter handle, which is at NOFX52121. NoFX, like the band. It says, when I reviewed the poll a few hours after the debate with significant numbers taking the poll, that wasn't my first question. My first question was, where is the poll showing Bernie was significantly winning election night before you said anything about it being unscientific and edited the article? Who had you pull the poll results? Was it your decision, and why? Just so you can actually see that I said that. There you go. And then it says, and then I got no answer. I asked him this 13 hours ago. So then I said, I think that's enough time to answer. So I said 15 minutes ago, when I viewed the poll a few hours after the debate with significant numbers taking the poll, Biden had 30 and Sanders had 63%. The next morning after the debate, it was Biden 33 and Sanders 68%. I'm making a video about this for hashtag Punk Rock Politics channel soon. Will anyone at NJ.com comment? I did that wrong, the NJ.com thing. But anyway, so there it is. Now, I still haven't gotten an answer from the writer of this article, Jonathan D. Salant. But I want to show you when I click on this article, which I'm doing right now. It's right there, you see. It's floating. I want to show you what I'm talking about. Poll, who won the Democratic presidential debate, 3/15/20. You know, you see all that? There we go. Bernie and Sanders. Posted March 15th, 2020. So you got a little article here by Jonathan D. Salant, NJ Advanced Media for NJ.com. See right there. And here, I'll read it to you. The candidates in what has become a 2-person race for the Democratic presidential nomination met in the 11th debate on Sunday night. Because of the coronavirus, Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders squared off in Washington without a debate audience. There was plenty of physical distance between 2 candidates on stage, and many of the questions in the debate dealt with the coronavirus pandemic. Biden became the undisputed frontrunner after his victories on Super Tuesday and then later in Michigan, a state that Sanders won 4 years ago. Of course, no comment about, oh, look, they put the poll up since I asked the questions. I kid you not, this was not there 15 minutes ago until I pressed them and asked them again. So this is interesting. This is really cool. I'm very glad this happened while making this video. So let's see if the polls were altered. Let's see if they're honest. Let's see if Sanders has even more votes or some crazy switch supposedly happened, which would, say a few things. Sanders has continued to run. I'm so shocked. I swear to God, this was not there. And then below it said, "Oh, this is a very unscientific poll," and it didn't say that on when before they knew what the results were. It never said it was unscientific because I guess they thought like Biden would do better and it would prop up Biden. Like I mean, the media propaganda out there and the corporate control of these institutions is beyond the pale. And even when they're not directly owned by like the 5 companies that own all channels on television, which need to be broken up desperately, and it's another reason we need Bernie Sanders to be president. And we need to get to the streets as soon as this coronavirus thing settles down. I know I'm going to be protesting. I hope you'll be there too, and I hope I'll be there to cover it because there'll be enough people to cover. If I have to make videos of me talking by myself holding a sign on Highway 36 in Hazlet, New Jersey, I'll be doing it. Because you know what? This isn't just about going to big cities and protesting. This is about protesting everywhere. Even Monmouth County, where I live, has gotten very conservative, and we've had a lot of horrible policies put forth in my town and around. All 5 county freeholders are run by Republicans, and that was not how our town was run for many years. It's gotten very conservative, and it's very scary. It's unaffordable. There's nothing to do. There's no culture. There's no jobs. Even when they legalized marijuana, my town decided that we're not going to have anything to do with the marijuana trade here, which is just so archaic. Our recycling program is a joke. I mean, and the list goes on and on and on. All right? But anyway, so I'm really psyched to get to this. And many of the questions in the debate dealt with the coronavirus pandemic. Oh, yes, I read that already. Sanders has continued to run for the Democratic nomination, even as the other candidates, except for Representative Tulsi Gabbard D. Hawaii, bowed out. Most of them later endorsed Biden. So who do you think won the debate? Vote in the informal, unscientific poll below. They still left that in. But what's interesting about this, all right, is you see how he sets it up like everybody else dropped out except Tulsi Gabbard, and Tulsi Gabbard, like all the crap about her being a Russian agent because she talked to Assad on a fact-finding mission, which is what a president or any goddamn congressman or woman or anybody should do in government at the federal level. It's absurd on its face. And there's no evidence of it whatsoever. Hillary Clinton said it. They're just really out to get anybody with any kind of even slightly progressive policies. So you got to give credit to Tulsi Gabbard. She should have been on that stage, but that's we're not going to get into that now. So here, I already voted for Bernie Sanders, but because at Heavy.com there was an even way more favorable poll for Bernie Sanders with huge numbers of people taking the poll, I want to see if they let me take it again, which if it's legitimate, it should not let me take it again unless say you already voted like it did on Heavy.com. So right here, I just chose Bernie Sanders, as you can see. I'm going to hit vote. I just hit vote. And let's see. It says, "Thank you for voting," which is a problem because I already voted and it's not saying, and I've signed into Google and all that. It's from the same device, so it shouldn't say. But nonetheless, now that the poll is back up and it says, "Thank you for voting," you can see the numbers yourself. Shows what I was talking about. And this is what we all need to do. Whether you have a channel or not, you just put pressure on these people. Tell them you're going to post it on the internet. And all of a sudden, they acquiesce because they don't want to look as corrupt as they are. So there's the poll. Bernie Sanders, 69.49% out of 7,000. He got 7,772 votes. Joe Biden got 30.51% of the votes with 3,412 votes for a total votes of 11,184 votes. So it looks like there was some people who responded to my one tweet, and I was fair. I gave them 13 hours to say something. The author of the article or anybody else, nobody said anything. I asked him specifically. Then I said, well, anybody at NJ, and in 20 minutes, at no more than 25 minutes, it's back up there. That's how you show people what's really going on. That's how you hold the people in power that control the levels and the conversation to, you hold them to account. So thanks for an awesome episode of Punk Rock Politics. I don't know if you can see it in my face, but I'm like really happy. I did not think I was going to get a response or anybody was going to care. So please share this video. Get it out there. Thank you, patrons. I need some patrons. Right now, I think I still have 0. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Punk Rock Politics. Absolutely. Hit like, share, comment, even if you don't like it. I want to start a conversation. We need to get this information out there. We absolutely do. Of course, I want more likes and positive comments or helpful comments. But if you don't agree, please tell me why, and let's start a conversation. Share the video with your Share these videos about what's really going on with your elderly family or people that don't necessarily agree with you. But please just hear me out. Look what this guy's saying. Look what happened on this poll. He's got evidence of it. Like, look, I got screenshots and shit. So I held them. I put their feet to the flame, and I can't believe how quickly it worked. So I'm really psyched. So definitely check me out on patreon.com/punkrockpolitics. And, please become a patron. Lowest membership starts at just $1. The next one is $2.70, because Bernie Sanders is asking for $2.70 for donations. And because in 2016, the average donation was $27 from working people. And the vast majority of people, 90 to almost 99% of the people, us, it was people like us, workers, teachers, the regular economy. And don't forget this gig economy stuff. Bernie Sanders has the best plan for coronavirus. I'm going to do a video on it real soon, and we're going to delve all into that. I'm going to put out a few videos today. So thanks to my patreon.com viewers, and please become a member today. So we're going to do a whole bunch of stuff, and we're going to be looking forward to some more live streams later in the week as things progress. And definitely check out Bernie Sanders' video. Check out my video where I'm going to show you Bernie Sanders' video and then give you some commentary on it. Also, just to be fair, Elizabeth Warren is putting out some concessions that the corporate, these corporate bailouts, the people that are giving corporate bailouts are getting. I'm going to do a video on that. I'm going to discuss the article about that. So we're going to have a ton of content for you, but how happy am I? Please, I hope you're happy too. I got NJ.com to put back the positive result polls for Bernie Sanders. Keep looking these up because it's not just them. Politico pulled their polls. There's a lot of different big media organizations. And don't forget, when you go on Google, that's why you could use other search engines. Like I have Orbit. And wait, hold on. Let me just. Orbot is like a it takes you to like Tor and stuff. It's so like the people don't know where you are in your location, and it just like pings your IP address, so like people can't track you. It's really cool, but it seems like you have to like check it periodically and make sure that you're connected. And then anyway, it might not be the best ever, my friend. I'm gonna get back to you. I might even try to do a video chat with my friend John Paul, who's really good with this stuff. He's out in New Mexico. Maybe he could give some advice to people about that. He's more of a libertarian guy, but we still see eye to eye on basic principles and a lot of stuff. We do disagree, but we have a healthy debate. Anyway, and I want to thank him for helping me support my first video, my channel and stuff. He's been really cool about it. So Orfox is the actual search engine that's linked to Orbot. You have to download both apps, and you'll see the difference in the results you get. When you go on Google and be like Bernie Sanders poll, or Bernie Sanders versus Joe Biden debate, March 15th, and even do hyphens and stuff to get more specific results. Online polls, like you get nothing, or just a bunch of polls from like Politico and other mainstream media organizations that remove their polls because they didn't favor Joe Biden. In fact, Bernie Sanders is often crushing them. Heavy.com's got a great one. I'm going to do another video on that. We're going to keep fighting the power. We're going to keep fighting for this revolution, not me, us. All right? He never said it was going to be easy, so we need to fight. It's a little harder to do from home, but it's not really, because we have this internet. Use the internet to share these articles. Look at my social media. I share other people's content. This is a real serious, important thing to me. So I hope it is to you, because they're trying to steal another election, and it's rigged beyond all measure. It's disgusting. The exit polls are just way off, and they all favor establishment candidates and steal votes from people like Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders. I mean, just look into Massachusetts alone. It's disturbing. Or look at my old video where I cover that. So, all right, guys. Have a great day. Nice fighting the power with you and winning.